We are looking at the euro and things are starting to heat up this morning. This is the 6:30 candle. We are below the 20-yard line. So I'm looking to have a long position. Got about 2.5 minutes left on this candle to see if it will hold in there. So we're going to set up and get ready. This will be for a 5 pip take profit. All right, we've got about 30 seconds left on this candle. It's already starting to pull back, so I'm hoping it hangs in there for just a little bit longer. The cable and the CAD are also close, but not there yet. Oh yeah, this may set up to be a great little trade. Get down a little bit closer to the close. Got about 10 seconds left on this. All right, let's hop in right there. All right, so we are in. Now let's set up our backstop on this guy. So for our pending order, it'll be a sell at 1.14789. And I have that 15 pips below. So this will be our sell stop. Depending on how crazy this goes, this could come into play very fast. While that's cooking for just a minute, the cable, it's also starting to set up. So we'll see if this 4-minute candle or 5-minute candle stays. And the CAD is also breaking the 80-yard line. So we might catch ourselves a couple of trades here this morning. Ooh, that is pushing down. That looks more likely to pick up our hedge on the euro. All right, looks like we might get one on the cable here too. We've got about 20 seconds left, but we're definitely below the 20. Coming into the final 10 seconds. So this will be a buy. All right, so now what we need to do is set up our hedge. We're going to put a sell stop at 1.33139. This is 15 pips below where we got in. So that's our setup there. Let's check in on the euro. He's still right around break even, real close to picking up the hedge and then rebounded. Euro trade starting to look a little less good every second that goes by. It's just bouncing down there. Whew. I thought maybe with this big candle we'd be on our way, but it just is settled right there. Okay, there you go. So picked up our hedge on the euro. So we're going to get rid of our take profit. Now let's check on our cable trade. Did we pick up our hedge there? No, but it's close. I mean, it's likely. All right, picked up our hedge on the cable now as well. So let's get rid of that take profit. Don't need him anymore. And now we're just back to working the hedge. That was quite the sell-off though from this morning till now. That's about a 70 pip movement. So definitely got some pressure to the downside, which I'm okay with. I mean, I don't really like picking up the hedge, but it's definitely not the end of the world. In fact, it's really doesn't even matter when you work the hedge. We are looking at the cable, and I think I have an opportunity to trim the hedge that we picked up just a few hours ago this morning. So let's go through the numbers. We're going to start with the one that's out of the money. It's a 1 lot position, an $8 fee, and he's out of the money $825. And then we have a 1 lot position with an $8 fee, which is in the money $650. Which means I can trim him by 77%. I'm only going to trim him by 75, so I'm in the money there on that. And then I also have this little guy right here, which is a quarter position from before that is also in the money, and that is the only other short position I have. So what we're going to do is we are going to close these two short positions and trim this guy by 75%. So let's just work through that. We're going to close this one by 100%. We're going to close this one by 100%. We're going to close this guy 0.75 of one lot. So 75% of him will be taken off the table. Take care of that. So that leaves us these two positions on the long side. One's 0.49 and now our new quarter position. So I think what I'll do is do a half lot sell order down below the market as a pending sell stop at 1.32110. That's 30 pips below, and that is below the bottom of this candle. Gives it a little bit of breathing room. Probably below this support level right here, which it seems like we're kind of like stalling at. So we'll put a sell stop right there. This is going to be for a half of a lot, which would leave me a quarter lot biased to the long side for the bounce. So let's put a sell stop right there. All right, that takes care of the cable. Now what we're looking at is the euro. We're kind of in the same boat. Our top position out of the money, we'll call it 825, in the money 650. So we're beyond 77 or 75% on him. And what we'll do is we're going to trim off that long position and leave a quarter lot there. And what we'll end up doing, because remember, we were completely unbalanced by 0.6 lots. So once we add a quarter lot back in, which happened organically, will only be 0.35 lots unbalanced to the short side. So that worked out really good. So first order of business, we're going to close this guy by 100%. And we're going to close this guy 0.75 of one lot. So when it was all said and done, we now have these two positions down here plus this guy, which is 0.1. So 0.6 lots to the short side and a 0.25 to the long side, which means I'm unbalanced to the short side, 0.35. So that happened to take the risk off of the table organically based off what the market did for us today. All right, the last thing we're going to take a look at is the CAD. The market has gone through two positions to the long side. There's two of them in the money. So now we have a little bit to work with as far as trimming on the bottom side. So let's do the math on the one that's out of the money first. This is a 0.91 position, and he had a total of $8 in fees when we set him up. He currently has $215 in swaps. Ooh, that's fun. And we're out of the money 17.10. So that is our out of the money position. Now let's look at this guy. This is a 0.37 position. Originally we had $12 in fees against this guy, no swaps on the long side, and we've got $230 to work with on him. And then on the second one, he's actually 0.38 and $12 in fees originally, and we've got $110 to work with. So we can trim this bottom position by 16% and close out these two positions and then set up a buy stop. We're going to take this position and we're going to close 0.15 of 0.91. So let's close him off. And then this position right here, we're going to close 100%. And this one right here, we're also going to close 100%. So when it's all said and done, based off of this long position up here, which is a 0.66, and I have 1.5 left. We've got three positions, a 0.37 and a 0.37 and a 0.76 after that trim. I'm off balance to the short side, 0.84. Um, and I think I'm gonna just leave it and just see what happens. Maybe give it a day. 0.84 isn't too far out of whack, especially where I've taken quite a bit of the risk off that euro position. So I think CAD, we're not going to set up a buy stop. We're just gonna let this guy roll around just a little bit. And then on our cable position, this one is the one we do have a buy stop of a half lot. If he comes into play, we'll pick him up. Hopefully we get a little bit of a bounce and a squeeze on that guy, which would be sweet. And then our euro position, it kind of auto balanced by taking that trim right there, leaving a quarter lot up here, took a quarter lot off of the risk exposure, which is probably where I've just transferred that risk over to the CAD by not putting a buy stop order in on this one. So we are doing pretty good.